I watched Trump's peace summit with the leaders of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo today, so you don't have to, and here's my overview. The whole thing lasted like 45 minutes. Multiple people spoke. Donald Trump didn't mention Biden a single time, and this isn't going to take 10 minutes to cover. Like many of these, Trump starts off just introducing people who happen to be in the room, and he's introducing the president of Kenya, and he's like, we have the Olympics here, and you guys are really great runners, and I've been watching you guys run for a really long time, so I want you to come here to the Olympics as our guest. Strong start. Trump then says this conflict has been going on for decades, and many administrations in the past have tried to end it, but obviously haven't tried that hard because look at who was preceding him. Literally, that's what he says. He forgets that he was a president who preceded himself. He's talking about the two leaders, and he's like, these guys are going to hug each other, and they're going to love each other, and then they're going to take advantage of the U.S. like every other country has. Literally what he says. Not what he meant, but definitely what he said. And then he talks about how he's going to use this to take advantage of them. He says that the soil, the land there is very rich, but it's been stained with blood. And then talks about how as a result of him getting this peace agreement, which is not a peace agreement, and that will become very apparently clear later on in this, he is going to extract rare earth elements from these countries. I know he's all over the place with this, but he doesn't always say this, but he says we're taking in trillions from tariffs alone, which is not usually a claim that he makes. And then he says, you've heard me say this a couple of times. Can you guess what he's going to say after that? Our country was dead a year ago, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. So apparently after a month after he was elected, our country was still dead. There was no anticipatory reawakening of our country, after his election, although he's claimed that before. But a year ago, it was dead. Did I mention that now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world? Next up, the African leaders spoke, and the president of Rwanda thanked Donald Trump, and the president of the Democratic Republic of the Congo did not. He only thanked the African leaders who were involved in this conference. Also, the DRC president seemed very unsure that this was going to lead to anything, probably because there's still Rwandan troops in his country. Also not showing favorites or anything, Trump was falling asleep while the DRC president was speaking, although I will say that's probably because he wasn't speaking in English. Trump then gets up there and is like, I want to introduce 4 of my new friends. Will you guys come up here? And then does not introduce these people and just wants them to talk. And there was no plan for them to come up here because one of the guys is like scribbling notes the whole time while another one is talking. And there's no introduction for any of them. And the first guy to go up and speak, there's no translation for him like there was the DRC president. So clearly these guys had no idea they were coming up. Trump also never expected them to speak as long as they did because he started falling asleep standing up behind them awkwardly when there were chairs off to the side that he was supposed to be sitting in, that he could have been sitting in when he was listening to them. He just invited them up there and then was like, why are you talking so long when I just asked you to talk? It was very odd behavior. And then one of them, because 2 of them did speak in English, one of them at one point said, open borders increase trade and add value to our continent. And Trump looked very confused about the idea of open borders being good. After they speak, Trump gets back up and says, I want to introduce someone who I just noticed out in the audience, the president of FIFA, and then goes on this weird thing about how he doesn't know whether to call it soccer or FIFA because it's soccer or football because it's soccer here and it's football over there. Oh, and then he just casually slips into the conversation that is the Trump Kennedy Center. He really wants that named after him, too. In addition to the Nobel Peace Prize he's really vying for by holding this fake press conference, he also very much wants the Kennedy Center to be named after him, not Kennedy. At the end, also clearly not planned because the reporter was just yelling in a very large open room, hey, I have a question for you. And Trump goes, oh, I recognize you and you're a nice person, so I'll take your question. And then they go, when are Rwandan troops going to be leaving the DRC because there are still people being killed while you're signing these documents that this is a peace treaty in this conflict that is clearly not ending? And he says it's going to happen really soon and it's going to be a great miracle. And then he immediately cuts her off when she starts to ask another question because he realized he really fucked that one up. And yeah, that was it. Enjoy the rest of your day.